Hello everyone, it's Jennifer and thank you for joining me today. I have out on the mat several different beads and components from the Nature Lover. This is the Treasure subscription. This is the Treasure Edition Best Bead Box from Potomac Beads. This is a monthly subscription and I have my unboxing. I will put a link to that video in the description, and where I go over every single piece that was included in the June edition. I have some wire here, and this is either from the January or February box, where they provided in the box was a spool of beading wire. So this was a scrap that I had, and I think I still have enough for maybe a necklace left over, so that we could possibly use that in another project. So it does have a little bit of a kink in it, so I want to use that on one end. So what I'm going to do is let's go ahead and open some of these up. I have some of the little 2mm rounds, so I'm going to go ahead and put those out. I also have these gorgeous Czech leaves. We're going to use some of those. I also brought out some of these copper nuggets, and so I do want to go with the copper, the copper color for this project. And we're also going to use some of these 8mm rounds. Thinking maybe some of these little 2mm pearls. And hoping that I can squeeze in some of these labradorites. Okay. So what I'm wanting to do is, because you can kind of see it has that little bit of the green tinge to it. And so they are a little similar. But what I want to do is I just want to maybe add maybe 6 of these around the bracelet in a couple of different areas, and just sporadically put the rest of these around as well. Then I had some copper findings here. So I think I have a toggle. I do have some little wire guards. So we're gonna have one wire guard. And I think I have some crimp tubes. I do. Let's see here. Let's grab this other one. And I have some other little spacers, and this is just from my stash. I have some little spacers. I have a crystal spacer here. So pretty. I got this as a mix a really long time ago. And it's just so pretty. I have some other little spacer beads in here, just kind of random. Oh, I have some little daisy spacers, little tiny guys. I might use those. I also have some bead caps. So I have some random bead caps too. But let's see if we can squeeze in a few of these other little items that I have. Like I said, this is just from my stash. Got it a long time ago, and I wish I could remember where I got it from, because it was like a bundle pack. Really cute. Okay. So we have those. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to use this end here. Now I want to go ahead and I'm going to attach this directly to the toggle. And so I'm going to add my 2x2 crimp tube. I'm going to add my wire guard. And the reason why I have my wire guard is because I just want to protect the bracelet, so that just in case, I never know if I'm going to give this away as a gift, or even if selling it, I just want to make sure that it's protected, not knowing how the other person might wear it. But I actually really need this color, so this is probably going to stay with me. Okay, so now I have my wires separated. Are they let's see, yep. Okay, I don't want them crossing, so I'm going to keep them separated. And then also too, I do want to close this in just a little bit. And I do that so that it gives me a hair, a little bit more room. As you can see now, I got that just right up against, and then it kind of keeps the toggle where I want it to go. So now I'm going to go ahead and come in with that back notch. So these crimpers have two different notches. They have the towards the back here, they have a notch. It forms like a little crescent moon, and then you round it off with the crimp in the front. So I'm going to go ahead and come in and get that right there at the bottom. I'm going to make sure my wires are separated, and I'm just going to give it a crimp, a squeeze, and then I'm going to come in and turn it on its side, and then go ahead and give it a squeeze there. And so now we can see that those two are separated. And you can also too just give it a little bit of a tug test, just pull on it and it's not moving. And so we got that crimped in there pretty well. Come in with your cutters and get as close as you can without snipping the other side. Okay, so now I really don't have any scheduled per se design. So I am just going to start with one of these little guys. Actually, we'll start with a couple of them. We'll start with a couple of these little tiny guys and bring those down. That looks really pretty up against that. Now let's go ahead and get these cut away. So now what I want to do is I think I want to bring in maybe a bead cap. I have some of these here. Let's go ahead and bring in a couple of those. Let's go ahead and get that threaded on there. And let's get like 3. Let's do 3. Those are kind of big bead caps, but those are good. So let's get 3 on there. Let's do this. That's perfect. That's so cute. Look at those colors, just so pretty. Now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and I want to add one of these. Let's add one of these. Let's add one of these. Again, I had no idea how I'm going to be doing this. So we're just doing this on the fly-ish because I can always stop it. Let's go like this, and let's do another one. Let's see what side. Yep. Okay. There's that so far. Let's go ahead and grab another one of these. If we can grab it, let's go ahead and just put it on there. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab one of these little copper nuggets. Those are awesome. Oh, look how pretty they are. Then let's go ahead and put these in between a few of these. So pretty. These pebbles are beautiful. Okay, so now we have that. Let's go ahead and add another one of these. Perfect. Let's add another one of those. Then let's go ahead and add another bead cap. Let's go ahead and do another bead cap. Really pop out that copper. So let's go ahead and do bead cap. Then we'll do another 3 of these. probably not going to use the little tiny pearls. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay. And I'm just going to continue on and just randomly grabbing. I guess I'm going in somewhat of an order. And so I do have to tell you about this bead box. The Best Bead Box, like I said, it is a monthly subscription. And it is $39.99 a month. However, there are different levels for you to subscribe. You can subscribe at month by month. You can also subscribe you can go up as far as annual. And the more months that you choose, the price per month overall goes down. So for example, month by month would be $39.99. However, though, if you have an annual subscription, that annual subscription, then you're paying annually, but your overall cost is $29.99 a month. So it's a really good value. And go back and look at my unboxings because they are just incredible. And these boxes with every single month it ends up being something else, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. Oh, I think it's actually going to be pretty perfect if I can get this. Actually, that is very perfect. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to tie off this other end. So I didn't use any of the little baby pearls, so we will use them for something else. So this is what we have. I just did, I did 2, so let's go ahead and do 2 right here. So I did 2 of the small little 2mm. I did a couple of bead caps from my stash, and I put in 3 of the 8mm rounds. Then I used more of the little tiny 3mm and then added the Czech leaves. Then I used some of the copper nuggets that were in the box and put those in between the pebbles, also from the box. Everything's from the box, with the exception of these bead caps and these daisy spacers and the toggle. And the wire I had left over. So all the beads are from the box. And then we added more leaves, and then we finished it off with the pebbles. So now what we're gonna do is we need to find the other end of the toggle. There we go. And I need to add my 2x2 crimp tube. I'm gonna add my wire guard, and I add the wire guard so that it protects the wire going up against the metal. Okay, now before I pass that back through the 2x2 crimp tube, I want to go ahead and add the other half of my toggle clasp. Okay, so I have that around there. Now what I want to do is go ahead and pass that through the 2x2 crimp tube. I am not sure if it's going to go through the bead for the second time. Let's see if we can get another pass through the bead. If we can. If we can, that would be great, because then I have a little bit more grip. But sometimes they don't fit through. Nope, they're not going to fit through. I'm not even going to fight it. So now let's go ahead and bring that down. Let's make sure my wires are not crossing, because I feel like they are. Let's keep on bringing that down. There we go. They're not crossing now. Okay, go ahead and bring it down. Bring it down. And I don't want it to be so tight, but I don't want my wire to show. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to go ahead and crimp that closed. And the reason why I use that front notch is because it's a little rounded, and I feel like I could protect the integrity of the shape. And let's just see if we are crossing or not. There we go. And what I'm looking for is I'm looking for my wires to not be crossing inside that crimp bead, because when I crimp down, I want to be able to separate. That's what that first crimp is doing, is separating the two beads. So let's make sure we have that in there, and let's give it a squeeze. Then we're going to go ahead and come in with the top notch and give it another squeeze so that you have something that looks like that. And then go ahead and give it a little bit of a tug test. And if it moves, start all over. Then we're going to go ahead and come in and get as close as we can. And there we go. So here we have our little bracelet using some of the beads from the Nature Lover Treasure Bead Box. Please be sure to go check out my unboxing for this entire box. I'm not done with this box. As you can see, we have tons more to use, and I actually would like to make a necklace to match this bracelet, and then even hopefully a pair of earrings too. So please give this video a huge thumbs up if you like it. This quick, fast, easy bracelet using the Treasure Edition Bead Box, Best Bead Box from Potomac Beads. Be sure to check out their YouTube channel. I'll put a link in the description and see all the fun stuff that they make using this box and other products that they have on their amazing website. Be sure to comment. I love to see what everybody has to say, and do subscribe. And until next time, have a good one.